Welcome to another review.
All right, buttheads.
Yeah, if you didn't know by that, this week, what are we reviewing?
A classic trilogy, Back to the Future.
So the way this works is normally we say the name of the film and then we say 3, 2, 1 and give the score out of 10 that we would give the film.
Yeah.
So let's do it for each of those ones as we get to them.
As we get to them, yeah.
So Back to the Future 1.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
9!
Yeah.
Exactly. Great score for a great film.
Yeah. So what's it all about?
Well, the synopsis of it is, if you've never seen it before, teenager Marty McFly accidentally travels...
If you've never seen it, who's never seen Back to the Future, mate?
Somebody's just been born. So
Monday. Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think McFly, think.
they've never seen it. So teenager Marty McFly travels back to 55. I told you I need reading glasses. 55 in a time
Where are the
machine.
bins? You had them around here.
Yeah, but they're not really good reading glasses. They make my eyes look big.
The sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side.
That's a right triangle, you idiot!
He travels back in a time machine built by Doc Brown. He disrupts his parents' first meeting, and the whole film is about him trying to get them back together so that in the future he still exists. Because if they don't get together, he wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
So let's see what other people thought of it. We'll first go with IMDb. What do you reckon it got on IMDb?
8.8.
8.5.
Ouch.
It's
No, that's still
that's
good.
pretty respectable, I would say. Rotten Tomatoes critics
95.
93, so very high, and the audience
98.
95. So close on all of them, though.
Yeah. You knew it'd be up there.
What do you reckon its box office run was like?
Massive.
It was a massive.
If they did the next two were back to back, weren't they? So
Yeah.
it must have been massive.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, because you don't know. Because like you always say, oh, it doubled its budget. That's a hit. And then the next one, it only made double its budget. It was a flop. So
It grossed worldwide 388 mil, which at that time was
what's that adjusted for inflation?
well, we'll never.
You got all that research.
And it had a budget of only 19 mil. It was a massive hit. What was it? What do you love about the film? When you think about the film, or when you rewatched it? Because I would assume you watched it quite a lot of times, like everybody else.
It is that kind of film that you watch over and over. It's one of those films. Whatever part it's on, you watch the rest of the film. It's intelligent enough that it makes you think. There's enough heart in it, and there's enough action, and it's funny. It's like it covers everything.
I think one of the main things about it is as well likable characters, likable actors playing the characters.
No Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, so that's probably the first point we'll get into. If you don't know that it wasn't Michael J. Fox who was the first one who played Marty McFly, they actually said that when one of the people who was actually offered it and turned it down, Matthew Modine.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
I was getting mixed up.
Is that you, John Wayne?
That you, John Wayne? Is this me?
Who said that? Who the said that? Who's the slimy little twinkle-toed down here who just signed his own death warrant?
I get him mixed up with is Marty McFly's dad.
Crispin Glover,
Yeah, they're kind of the same.
Yeah, but they are kind of the same, but it was for different characters.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But so they took on Eric Stoltz, and he was kind of hot at the time, and maybe he'd done not hot as in like good looking, like hot. He was a hot actor, hadn't he done Mask?
Those are his needs.
Perhaps I should speak to the boy's father.
Perhaps you should speak to the Pope, too. He'd be a lot easier to find.
Oh, yeah.
Did that film Mask where
Mask.
he plays? It's a mighty pal.
They can save the day!
He
He should have had a theme tune like that.
The true story of 16-year-old Rocky Dennis, Mask.
No one knows what lies behind the masquerade!
Well, Cher did win the Oscar for it. Good night.
Tonight on Eyewitness News, a man who's been in a coma for 23 years wakes up.
Does Sonny and Cher still have that stupid show?
No, she won an Oscar, and he's a congressman.
Good night.
We'll have to add that to Simpsons 4.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Simpsons 4 when that
Funniest moments,
when that
linked
comes
below.
along. Well, we haven't done it yet.
Oh, I mean,
But then if they're watching it in the future, we will have done it.
yeah, Back to the Future.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice tie-in there.
Yeah.
Speaking about tie-ins, Michael J. Fox was on Family Ties.
What would we do, baby, without us? Sha-la-la-la.
That's why he couldn't actually do the movie in the first place. Steven Spielberg wanted him
Senior
first.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
Get me Steven Spielberg.
He's unavailable.
Then get me his non-union Mexican equivalent. Listen, Senior Spielbergo.
He wanted Michael J. Fox first, but Michael J. Fox, they wouldn't let him out with his Family Ties contract. So then they got Eric Stoltz, who, like I say, was
Like I say.
But
Like I say, that's all I can really say to you.
he was a hot actor at the time. But he played it very method kind of thing. Like he demanded people call him Marty on set, and he was very, very strict, very kind of downbeat. He played it as like a depressing kind of character. And so they had the big thing where, like, when they'd already filmed loads.
88 miles per hour! Source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning. Unfortunately, you never know when or where it's ever going to strike.
Because I think there's like a couple of scenes still in the film where, because I saw Tom Wilson, who plays Biff in it, was saying, yeah, that's Eric Stoltz's shoulder or whatever in that scene. We kept that scene in. And then Steven Spielberg had to bring him in and say, Eric, you're out, mate.
So what happened was the director fired me.
Why?
He didn't like my work.
So they were well into the filming, or right at the start?
We were pretty far into filming, yes. He was very nice about, well, as nice as you can be when you're firing someone, but he said that I wasn't giving the performance that he wanted for his film.
He was very good. He was very good. It's just that they were looking for, they needed to have a comic, somebody with a more comic flair, you know, like Michael.
He got fired, and then they brought in, they just went back to Michael J. Fox, and he was like, the producer of Family Ties said, he can do it, but he's still got to do Family Ties. So he's got to do Family Ties, and then at the night go to Back to the Future set, and that's how he managed to do it. And then, of course, it ended up being the massive hit that it is. And then it got made, and one of the things that I always found fascinating was, if you see the original trailer of it, there's nothing about the film. It doesn't tell you anything about the film. Just the time machine, and then Marty gets out of the time machine. Like, that's it. Nothing about the actual film itself. And originally it was going to be a fridge, the time machine. So they were going to do that, but then they were like, yeah, but then you might get little kids getting into fridges.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's crazy how the DeLorean car.
Yeah.
Have you got that?
Yeah, because the DeLorean, because they used the DeLorean in it because they said it looked futuristic, but DeLorean as a brand was just died. It was like, everybody hated it.
I know, and they just didn't capitalise on the film or anything. You'd think everyone would want a DeLorean.
Yeah, you would think that, because it does look so, you know, futuristic in it. But yeah, so that it was originally going to be that. The idea came up was the producer. So like the main people behind Back to the Future was Robert Zemeckis, director, and he's done things like Roger Rabbit, Romancing the Stone. Castaway. He did
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, yeah, it won all those Oscars.
We need to do Forrest Gump as well. That's a good one to do as a review.
That is a good one. All of his films before had been flops. Before he did Romancing the Stone, and if he didn't do Romancing the Stone, if it didn't do well, he wouldn't have got another film. But because that did well, he then had the money to do another film, and he knew the producer called Bob Gale, and he had a story for a film because he'd imagined what it'd be like if he could go back in time and meet what his dad when he was young. And they were like, well, let's just make it into something like that. It was originally going to be set in the 60s, but they decided to set it in the 50s. And that's how the idea came up, and that's why in this world of like sequelitis, where there's loads of sequels, they have it written into their contracts that while they're both alive, they can't remake Back to the Future.
I bet they can't wait till they die.
Yeah, the studio heads, you mean. Yeah, not themselves, because why would they want to die? But yeah, so as I said, Michael J. Fox, he was the first choice for it, but the first choice for Doc Brown, John Lithgow, turned it down.
He would have been good at it.
He would have been good at it.
Third Rock from the Sun.
So P itself is always even, and we can write P equals 2S, where S is some other integer.
I had this idea, but it's wrong.
Oh, Leon, of course it's wrong. I mean, the odds against your being right are staggering.
The Bob Gale, the producer, he said that Doc Brown was inspired by a guy who used to live next door to this old guy who always used to invite him over when he was a kid to look at his stuff.
Well, osh, gosh, bagosh, it's a brand new paperboy. That's a mighty full sack you're carrying.
Off, you perverted old freak.
Ooh, we got a fighter.
Move on.
We move on from that one. We don't talk about that. It was one of those films where I think at first they were worried because of the whole thing of because he goes back in time and he has to get his mother and father together, but his mother ends up...
Mother and father?
Mother and father together, but then his mother ends up liking him.
Pa! Where are my pants?
Over there. On my hope chest. I've never seen purple underwear before, Calvin.
And the thing, I never realised this, but the line about, like when she calls him Calvin Klein, and he's like, why'd you keep on calling me Calvin, innit? You keep on calling me Calvin.
Calvin, why do you keep calling me Calvin?
Well, that is your name, isn't it? Calvin Klein? It's written all over your underwear.
It's like, because your name's written in your underwear, but that's, in them days, they always used to sew their name into their underwear. That's why she would think Calvin Klein was his name. I just thought, why his name was, why would it be on his underwear? Like, that's weird. His actual name.
Oh, that's
well, but it was one of those films where, like you say, everything came together right. It had all the right actors. It was a kind of fantasy, the music as well. So that was one of those things where, so they have Huey Lewis in the news and he does The Power of Love.
Don't need money, don't take fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train.
Like the music that became the main thing, and he's in it as well, isn't he? Because he's the guy at the school.
Oh yeah.
At the start when Marty's playing Power of Love, and he's just like.
Hold it, fellas. I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
It's just too damn loud, or something like that. Because they did that film because they originally offered Ghostbusters and turned it down, and then we know what happened with that. Their song got copied basically by Ray Parker Jr. Their song "I Need a New Drug," and then they ended up having a court case over that.
If it was recast now, who would you have in it?
That's. I
know, because they're going to make it. They're going to reboot it at some point.
You know when they die.
Yeah, exactly. Who would play Marty now? Probably
Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, Tom
I was
Holland.
just about to say Tom Holland.
I was about to say
no.
I said, yeah, what's in that strain?
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Yeah, but see, he's I don't really like the Spider-Man film that much, but I think he is a likeable guy, and he's a little guy, so...
Yeah, he would be a good Marty.
Who would be a good Doc, though? Who do you reckon? Because there was that rumour many years ago that they were going to do another one, and Michael J. Fox was going to play Doc.
Will Ferrell would be a good one.
You f***ing crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
He would be a good one.
Yeah.
He's a bit kooky.
I'm
a little bit woo, a little bit way, a little bit... I'm dodgy.
He would play the Leah Thompson role. Hello, Mr. Thompson.
Remember now, your name is Homer Thompson. I got you. Hello, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, who would play her role?
Well, it has to be someone
It'd have to be somebody that the kids like.
Yeah, Zendaya or something.
Yeah. Well, let it be Tom Holland as well. But then again, that could sell the motion picture. Except if you're watching this in the future and they broke up.
I know, and plus, like Tom Holland's like 30 years old now.
How is he?
I know.
30? He still looks like he could be 17.
Yeah. Well, this is how old he actually is.
Yeah. That's how old he actually is, and he looks 13.
Yeah. All right, that was Back to the Future 1.
Right, so we got on to Back to the Future 2. Follows Marty and Doc Brown as they travel to the future and accidentally alter the timeline, creating a dystopian 1985 that they must fix by going back to the past again. Okay, so we'll go with the rating, as we always do first.
Yep. 3, 2, 1,
10.
8.
What?
Yep.
Is there something wrong with your brain, mate? 8.
10.
This and Planes, Trains and Automobiles, they're my 2 favourite films of all time.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's why it gets a 10, because not really anything except that and Planes, Trains get a 10 that I can think of. I know what you're thinking. Well, surely the Lawnmower Man's a 10, but, you know, it should be. All right, so we'll go with Rotten Tomatoes. What do you think the critics thought?
85.
You're not going to believe this, mate. 63. That is a drop off a cliff, mate. 63 for that. Audience.
87.
86. Again, it's another drop off.
Yeah.
And what do you reckon the box office was good, like, for it?
250.
It was 332.
Oh.
So it was one of the highest growth. Here's the thing, we can tell the differences. It says it was one of the most highest grossing films of the year. It came out in 1989. And
same year as what? Batman.
Yeah, Indiana Jones came out that year as well, didn't
This is what we were saying the other day. Like,
didn't Ghostbusters come out that year?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters
2.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big summer. You know, that summer, so it was going to be hard. Plus, it still did well. It was done on a... So the budget was double what the original one was.
Probably paid them double, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the facts about it was filmed at the exact same time as Back to the Future 3. So Back to the Future 3 came out in 1990 because they had that big thing.
That's probably the first... Was that one of the first times they'd filmed, like when Lord of the Rings did all 3?
Yeah, all of them at the same time. The studio said, look, you've got to do both of them at the same time because it'll save us money when you do them. Here's what I'm saying about the box office and some of them critic scores. Robert Zemeckis even came out himself and said, I think the second film suffered because when I would shoot Back to the Future 2 in the day and then fly out and do Back to the Future 3 in the night, and I wouldn't be focused on one film. So it'd be me and that producer, Bob Gale, would be going back and forth. And he's like, I think it suffered with that. He also said, I said to the studio, this is going to be the middle part of a trilogy, right? So advertise it in that way so people know this isn't a standalone film. Studio were like, we're advertising it as a standalone film. Many people were disappointed. They went to the cinema and they were like, whoa, it doesn't end. There's a third part. They weren't ready for, and I'm sure a lot of people, you've seen it, because I kind of like that. I'd never really seen that before in films. At the end, originally it said, coming summer.
Baby fly.
For Back to the Future 3, and it shows all those little clips of them in the Wild West. And it's like, whoa, this is great having it on at the end. And it said that the newer, this was quite like a cool thing, in the new, I think it's either the 4K or the Blu-ray releases, they put back in coming summer 1990 on the end of Back to the Future 2. But yeah, so the studio advertised it, didn't tell people that. People were disappointed it was a middle film and didn't have a conclusion. And so the box office wasn't as good for it. People don't look back fondly on it. But I love it because I love that, like, they went back into the first film. We've never seen anything like that before.
No, that's true.
Because they have to... They did that, Zemeckis said, first of all, people were like, well, we always knew there was going to be a sequel, because he says at the end of the first one, doesn't he? He's like, it's a problem with your kids.
You've got to come back with me.
Where?
Back to the future.
What happens to us in the future, Doc?
It's your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids.
What do you mean?
Your daughter marries a black man.
That's actually not a big deal for me.
Yeah, me neither.
What? What? You... Really?
Yeah, I mean, well, what's wrong with that?
No, nothing. It's nothing, I guess. I think it's great. Congratulations.
I don't think I'm comfortable around you anymore.
They were like, that was a joke we put in there. Like, just to say, yeah, they go on and have other adventures, Doc and Marty do. It was never meant to be a sequel. And he said, if I was going to do a sequel, I would never have put Jennifer in that scene. Because then we have to write her into it. I would have just had him and Doc and just done a whole new adventure. But then we had the problem that she was in it.
Oh, is a woman a problem?
No, it's nothing to do with being a woman. And also the fact that Claudia Wells, who played the original Jennifer, had to quit because her mother had cancer, and they brought in Elizabeth Shue, so she had to film those scenes.
Sora, let me look at you.
Let me look at you.
Marty, you're acting like you haven't seen me in a week.
I haven't.
Elizabeth Shue said it was her favourite film that she's ever done. Back to the Future 2.
Well, why do you think it's better than the first one?
Because I'd never seen a film where they would do all that going back into the first film, and he's watching himself in the first film, and even like those little great like moments where he's just like on the phone to Doc, you know, it's walkie-talkie, and I'm on stage at the moment playing Johnny Be Good. It was like, whoa, this is like a technical marvel. Plus, the reason why I think it's better, and one of the reasons why, like you don't. I was going to say why you think it's better, but you don't, because you've rated it like lower than Back to the Future. Is the thing that you were saying about Back to the Future 1? I love the futuristic setting in it, and it also has 1955. So it's like you have that already, and then you have a futuristic setting, like with the Jaws thing when it comes out, Jaws 19.
Shark still looks fake.
Still looks fake. They put into it little bits like when he's reading the paper, you know, after they find out that the Cubbies have won the World Series.
Cubbies?
Yeah, the Cubs, like whatever they're called.
Right.
The baseball team. On the paper, which you don't really see because he only picks it up for a second. When he picks up the paper, it says, Queen Diana visits. It's a bit like that Jeffrey Dahmer clip out of Demolition Man, which said refrigerating, unrefrigerating, that's not a word, Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like, well, that couldn't have happened because Jeffrey Dahmer died in prison.
Jeffrey Dahmer? I love this guy! Look, we gotta get him. How long before the rest are done?
After he was there, a bit like Diana couldn't have ever been queen because, you know, if you've heard
Good
the news. Yeah, thank you. I've got the picture. Here's the picture of it. Actually, I put the picture in earlier.
What, I've heard? Oh.
No, of it saying Queen Diana, which is, you know, very... Anyway, well, yeah. I put that on my notes, Queen Diana, so...
Queen Diana!
No! Queen Diana! Didn't you always think that thing of Michael Jackson said when he met Princess Diana, he said, what's your favourite song? And she said, Dirty Diana. I was like, oh, isn't that a bit of a coincidence? Her name's Diana, and she thinks Dirty Diana is her favourite one. And what was the reason why did you give it an 8? Why is it?
Because you have to, because it doesn't end, and you have to have seen the first film. So, because we have seen the first film.
But people would say The Empire Strikes Back. They'd say that's the best, and that doesn't end.
Yeah, I don't give that a 10 out of 10.
Well, people do.
Hot take, I don't give any Star Wars above 6 out of 10.
Well, that's too far, mate.
No, it's not,
People
mate.
will not like that.
No, I'd say Revenge of the Sith is better than all three of the first Star Wars.
Annie, I want to have our baby back home on Naboo. We can go to the lake country where no one will know. I can go early and fix up the baby's room.
This show ain't no good.
People are like that, immediately turn the video off. Look on the stats later and it'll just be like going up, then he says the Revenge of the Sith is better, and it's like drops to 0
Guaranteeing
viewers.
you make a short out of that just so we get range bait. I don't necessarily believe that. I can't even remember the first 3 Star Wars, but I just remember the youngling.
Yeah, because I had a mate who said, this was at a time, because I didn't actually see the original Star Wars until I was in university, which I know is a crime, but I just hadn't ever seen them. They'd just never been on TV at a time when we'd be watching them. So my mate said, have you seen the Star Wars films? And I said, I've seen Phantom Menace. And he was like, no then.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
Because we saw that first, the Taxes film. that was our impression. That was our impression of Star Wars when we first saw it.
That thing means the taxes.
The finger thing means the taxes.
Thing definitely means the taxes. So you didn't like it because?
No, I do. I gave it 8 out of 10, mate. But I just. It's quite confusing to just drop back in on, you know, like
well, if you don't know the context of the first film, then So you like standalone sequels?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good, but then most sequels are like that.
I'm sure you could see Temple of Doom and not have to have seen Raiders.
Yeah,
and that is coming. That'll be our next one, won't it? Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's not on the wall yet, mate. We haven't done it yet, mate.
It was a great film. Biff gets more to do.
Yeah.
He's playing... Is he playing 2 or 3 characters in this one? Maybe because he's Griff, Biff
and
old Biff. Yeah. Well, why did he never break into Hollywood more after this?
Ask him.
Right on your sheet!
Well, that kind of ties in well to the fact that because he does like comedy and stuff in real life, and he does this great song which is about his experience of being on Back to the Future, where people always ask him questions. Like, I'll play the video for it.
When I'm flying in a plane or I'm on the street, there's a lot of famous people that I like to meet. They shake my hand and never ask my name, and they start asking questions that are always the same. Hey, what's Michael J. Fox like? He's nice. What's Michael J. Fox like? Nice guy. What's Michael J. Fox like? He's an alien. Stop asking me the question. I went to the bar mitzvah of my nephew Josh. Now I'm not Jewish, but I like to nosh. Put on my yarmulke, started to pray, when the rabbi leaned over and I heard him say, hey, was that real manure? No, it wasn't. Was that real manure? No. Was that real manure? It's a movie. Stop asking me the question. Can we take your picture? Come on, look mean. Would you call my friend a butthead on his answering machine?
What are you looking at, butthead? What are you looking at, butthead? So what's it to you, butthead?
Must be rough being named after a complete butthead.
Hey, questions just fill my head. I went to my doctor said, hey, what does a key grip do? Set up lights. What does the best boy do? Help the key grip. What does a producer do? I don't know. Stop asking me the question. Do you all hang out together? No, we don't. How's Crispin Glover? Never talk to him. Back to the Future 4. Not happening. Stop asking me the question. Hey, who's the nicest famous guy you know? Adam Sandler. Who is the biggest jerk? Gary Busey. How much money do you make? More than you do. So stop asking me the question. Thanks a lot, everybody.
But it's a great song because he's only ever known as like he said, I'm that guy that you know, but you don't know me. You don't know my name.
Barry from EastEnders.
Yeah, Barry from EastEnders.
Something inside so strong. Whoa. Something inside so strong. Thank you. Have a great afternoon. Cheers.
And then there was one of the deleted scenes that shows that old Biff, remember when he gets out of the car when he's gone back into the past, because he goes back into the past to give himself the sports almanac so that he can get all the sports games. And when he comes back, now the part they cut out in the film is when he gets out of the car it shows him disappearing, like Marty was disappearing in the first film. He's like, whoa. Like that, because he's altered the past, which has changed what he would be like in the future.
They should have kept that.
But they cut that out. It just shows him getting out the car, doesn't it? He's like, 'cause he breaks his walking stick on the thing, and then he just walks off, and you don't see that. But that would have been a great part. And of course, we get to why, you know, the plot of the film. You see Marty in it. He's like, "Where's Dad? Your father's dead," in it. Because Crispin Glover, which has been well documented, had a big falling out. Because apparently the producer, Bob Gale, said he demanded like $1 million or something. He wanted the same pay as Michael J. Fox.
We contacted Crispin Glover's representative, and it was a little different with Crispin.
It broke our hearts that now we couldn't have Crispin in the movie, because we could have really had some fun with him.
But he says, no, I never said that.
Bob Gale, he said that I had asked for the same amount of money that Michael J. Fox was getting in the film. It's total fabrication.
He said, I didn't like the way the first one was very commercialized about, you know, at the end, how Marty just gets a new car and all that kind of stuff. He's like, I didn't like that. I felt it should be more about love. And it's like, you're not the screenwriter though, mate. So
yeah, I bet he was just difficult and they didn't want to work with him again.
Yeah. Because he was always weird. Remember when he was on Letterman that time?
I'm strong, you know, I'm strong. I can arm wrestle. Do you want to arm wrestle?
No.
I've been taking part. These aren't mine. I can kick.
He's just jumping around being a weirdo. So here's the thing, and this actually goes to this. This is a book I've got. It's actually a good book. So if you ever get a chance to read it, We Don't Need Roads. It's the making of Back to the Future. And the thing that's good about this book is they do an interview with the guy who played Crispin Glover's role, which Crispin Glover ended up suing him because they said they tried to make the guy look like me.
Because people still believe that was me. And the reason I had the lawsuit, it was the real reason, the primary reason that I had it was I just wanted people to know that I wasn't in that. That wasn't me,
you,
because
right.
I didn't. If I had played that part, I would have played it differently.
Right.
I didn't like the way that guy played it, and people think that's me.
I didn't either.
Pumpkin.
How did you do that? How did he do that?
Oh, out on the golf course.
Are you folks home yet? I brought pizza for everyone. Oh, who's gonna eat all that?
Oh, I will.
Mom, I can't let him think I'm chicken.
You're right. Well, you're right.
And he's upside down in a thing when he comes in. And they interviewed the guy. He had a bad experience on Back to the Future 2. He actually says, I hated working on that film. Everybody hated me. Nobody spoke to me. Leah Thompson, she basically was the whole time was just like, oh, I have to work with this guy. He was like, I wish Crispin was here.
I bet he was only on set about 2 days though.
Yeah, but, you know.
Get over it, mate. You got a paycheck.
But yeah, so he said, but guess who the only person was there was only a couple of people he said who were nice on it, and we know who they'd already be. Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, because everybody loves them. They're always nice for everybody.
That I hope you weren't upset about the shushing, because, you know, a lot of people...
Look, Claire, I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody likes to be shushed.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Oh, Jesus Christ! What the hell?
What?
Did you shake that up on purpose?
Parkinson's.
So Back to the Future 3, which came out in 1990, because it was filmed with Back to the Future 2. The synopsis for it is Back to the Future 3 follows Marty travelling back to the Wild West to rescue Doc, only to get caught in a showdown while trying to find his way back to the future. Back to the Future. Because if you remember in the second one, at the end of it, the DeLorean gets hit by lightning, and so that's it. He gets a letter from Doc that he's already sent in the past. You know, just watch the film. I know what I'm talking about. All right, so what did we're going to do what we think of it, right?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, 9.
9?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Hot take.
That's...
I might even be my favourite Back to the Future film.
Just cut the tape. We can't carry on if that's going to be his favourite Back to the Future. That's shocked me to my core.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting. This is exciting for me because I didn't know he was going to say that. I thought he was going to do the same as me. I thought we're giving it 8 was giving it too high. I thought he was going to go 7.
Well, we'll see.
I was thinking 7, high 7, low 8. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking I can't give it 7. That's too low. It's still a good film. Let's see what other people thought of it, though. IMDb, what do you reckon it got? That's a good, kind of exciting to know what.
7.9.
7.5. So that's lower than Back to the Future 2, if you were keeping notice. Rotten Tomatoes, what do the critics think?
71.
79. And the audience?
85.
78. Audience didn't like it as well. But, they still liked it. They just didn't think it was a great film. How did it do at the box office?
270.
240. It was a drop-off. Again, this is like one of the things Zemeckis thought both films suffered by being both filmed at the same time and released because the audience were annoyed after the second one. His budget was same as 2 because they both kind of shared it.
That makes sense.
It earned less than Part 2, but was still did solidly. But not.
Look at you, box office mojo.
It performed solidly. What do you reckon would be? Why do you reckon it's not loved as much? Well, but why do you love it as more than?
I like westerns anyway.
Yeah.
I like all those characters. It's just, if anything, it's like an anthology film where you just put those characters in a different genre. Like they could go and do a Blade Runner, put those characters in that place or somewhere else. And it's got a very fun atmosphere, the whole film. I know why you don't like it.
Yeah,
romance.
I wish it didn't have to be this way, but just believe me when I tell you that I'll never forget you. And that I love you.
I like this film more than I used to like it because I really didn't like it because it was a Western. And I didn't like the love story in it. And Mary Steenburgen signed on to do the film because she loved the love story in it. That's why she signed on to do it. And her kids said, you got to do it, Back to the Future. But the main reason why Doc in it's about Doc more than it's about Marty, is because Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis said, we'd already done everything to do with Marty. Let's do Doc in this new one. So that's why he gets a big focus in it. And I do like the way it goes back to 1955. I do think I like it that it's different. If they'd done another one where they were just going into the first film again and doing that, it would be like... But then, at the same point, I love 2 because it did go into the first film. It was so different.
Yeah, people will either like it or hate it because it's a standalone film. Like the first two are very interconnected, and this one is just... They end up in the Old West for the whole film.
Yeah, and it has that thing of... both Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox like 3 better than 2. They were like, we didn't like that there was so much technology in the second one, and we always wanted to ride horses and do a Western.
Without gasoline, we can't get the DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour.
So what do we do?
60 miles an hour, Doc! 70! Fastest horse in the world!
So... All the crew said that. I remember you saw the DVDs, and the crew were so excited that they could do a Western. So everybody had a good time in it. They were kind of like, it doesn't feel like the pressure of Back to the Future 2, where it's so kind of heavy development. This was more of a free kind of...
Yeah, it felt like there was more stakes on it. There's no stakes in Ant-Man. He's always just there.
Vegetarian.
What?
Vegetarian.
I don't get it.
No stakes. Carry on. Carry on, mate.
As well, like I didn't know what was going to happen. Well, I didn't know about the second one because it was so complex. But you don't have to be paying attention all the time like the second one because you don't know where
you
is
do
it now?
need to.
Yeah, what's happened? Who's that in relation? This one, you stick on. You can watch. You can be on your phone. It's just it's a great caper.
Yeah, and it has, and all your favourite characters come back, and it's always good to see that there's like a running gag throughout the films about Clint Eastwood, isn't there? Because it has in Back to the Future 2, Biff's actually watching one of the faceless man, nameless man, or whatever.
The man with no name.
Man with no name.
Faceless
He's
man.
watching man without a face. I didn't even realise he had a problem.
It's another Skinner one. Man without a face. I didn't even know he had a problem. My mother put cardboard across half of the TV.
Mother's gone too far. She's put cardboard over her half of the television. We rented Man Without a Face. I didn't even know he had a problem.
Yeah, he's watching that. And in this film, Marty wears the bulletproof thing, doesn't he? That they actually show from the scene in Back to the Future 2. And Marty calls himself Clint Eastwood. I thought the love story did take up a little bit too much of the
yeah, I mean, it was.
the plot.
A lot of it was about that.
Fistful of Dollars, what Biff was watching in Back to the Future 2. And he plays Mad Dog Tannen, who you actually do see in Back to the Future 2, don't you? When Biff gets rich by using the Sports Almanac, Marty goes into his hotel or whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Biff Tannen Museum, starting with his great-grandfather, Buford Mad Dog Tannen.
Yeah, like his big... He was actually based on Donald Trump as well.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Don't tell me how to feel.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
Yeah, he was based on Donald Trump, and then it actually shows it was like his lineage started out with Mad Dog Tannen, and then it shows a clip of him.
Lineage, look at you.
I'm lineage.
Yeah. One day we'll do a compilation of all the vocabulary.
All the vocabulary. Put up vocabulary there so that people know what it is, because I can't even get it right. And here's another thing about it, that Ronald Reagan was approached to be in this one.
Oh, yeah, because he did Westerns.
Yeah, exactly. He was in Westerns, and because of his acting, obviously, like you say, his acting background.
You love Dennis. That's right. He's a wonderful fellow. One of the best. Uh-huh. But he's such a big ham.
And they wanted him to play the mayor of the town, but he didn't. He couldn't do it.
Who played that then?
Some guy nobody knows. Not another famous person. But he was going to be in it, but not going to be in it, but they wanted him to be in it. And Crispin Glover would have played the Seamus character that Michael J. Fox played, you know, when he goes back and he's doing that bad Irish accent.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing there, me little laddie?
Exactly. How is it that you came to be way out here without a horse, or boots, or a hat?
What's the worst Irish accent?
Don't they say it's Far and Away? Tom Cruise does a bad Irish accent.
Sounds divine and holy, Grace. Grace isn't a tramp. She's a dancer in the burlesque.
Oh, Al Pacino, your favourite.
They've got this dog.
Hey, that's how to catch out those eggs in the ring, right? They got their backs to the dogs and the dogs' psychology.
And my father has got this dog.
That's the
that's very bad.
Yeah,
can you do one?
Yeah.
Go on then. Northern Irish.
See how he says that? He says it because he knows I'm going to do an Irish accent. And then he throws in Northern Irish because he knows it's harder.
To be sure.
Because he knows it's harder
Go on,
to
then.
do a Northern Irish. How's going down the town?
Geordie. He even
What's
said
yours?
time.
What's yours, mate?
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about
actually-
there.
Oh, it's pretty good, that one, though.
Yeah, I know you were about to.
That one's getting cut.
No.
This is a fact that you definitely won't know.
I might.
Okay, what's the fact then? Michael Winslow does the sound.
Who?
Sorry, I should have prefaced it with Michael Winslow from Police Academy.
Cadet Mahoney, report immediately to the Commandant's office.
Who makes noises who we've mentioned many times, but we never mentioned by name. We always go, that sound effect guy. He actually did, this is a very strange fact as well, he did the sound effects of Michael J. Fox's feet, you know, when he's doing that part where Biff's like, bam, bam! He's shooting the floor like that, and he's like, starts doing like a moonwalk.
You can dance better than that!
Yeah. Almost. Michael Winslow did the sound effects for the sound of the shoes. I'm like, just get some shoe sound.
Get the Foley artist to do it.
Who, Mick Foley? What's Foley artist?
The one that makes the sound effects.
I don't know what that is, mate.
It's called Foley.
Axel Foley.
That's in town to do an exclusive interview with Michael Jackson. It's going to be picked up by every major magazine in the country. I was going to call the article, Michael Jackson is sitting on top of the world, but now I think I might as well just call it, Michael Jackson can sit on top of the world just as long as he doesn't sit in the Beverly Palm Hotel, because there's no in there.
I always like the little callbacks they have in the films. So they do that one where, because every time Doc makes something, he always has to say it's not to scale.
My plan for sending you home. Please excuse the crudity of this model. I didn't have time to build it to scale or to paint it. It's good. Oh, thank you, thank you.
And in the third one, he's like, they go into that room, he's made that entire, like, whole railway line thing. And he's like, this is the railway line. He's like, it's not a... He's like, yeah, it's not to scale.
I apologize for the crudity of this model, but
Yeah, no, Doc, it's not to scale. It's okay, Doc.
But, yeah, so if we were going to sum it up, you'd say that... you said that the number 3 is your favourite one.
No, I'd probably go 1, 3, 2.
I'd go 2, 1, 3.
Complete different.
Yeah, that's strange how people like different things. That was what we liked about the films. What did you like? Put it in the comments and tell us. And we're on all the socials, so please follow us on social media. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, your neighbours, enemies, anybody like that.
And let us know what you want us to review next.
Yeah, just say the thing, because we've said it many times. You know, just give us some ideas of what maybe you want to see us review. Yeah, we're nearly at 1,000 subs, so thanks to all the support. And at the end of the day, why don't you just make like a tree and get out of here?
See ya.